In this video, we will discuss steam turbine basic parts. The steam turbines are widely used in power generation, refineries and petrochemical industries. We will discuss about turbine casings, turbine rotors, turbine blades, stationary blades and nozzles, twisted blades and shrots in this video. Other important parts of turbine are turbine bearings, turbine seals, shaft seals, blade seals, turbine couplings, governor and lubrication system, which we will discuss in our next video. Turbine casing. The turbine shape and construction details depend on whether it is a high pressure or low pressure casing. For low and moderate inlet steam pressure up to 120 bar, a single cell casing is used. With a rise in inlet pressure, the casing thickness has to be increasing. Handling such heavy casing is very difficult. Also, the turbine has to slowly brought up to the operational temperature. Otherwise, undue internal stress or distortion to the thick casing may arise. To over this, for high pressure and temperature application, double casing is used. In the double casing, inner casing is for high pressure and the outer casing is for hold the low pressure. Most of the turbine have casing with horizontal split type. Due to horizontal split, it is easy to assemble and dismantle for maintenance of turbine. Also maintain proper axial and radial clearance between the rotor and stationary parts. Usually the turbine casing are heavy in order to withstand the high pressures and temperature. In general practice, the thickness of walls and flange decreases from the inlet to exhaust end due to the decrease in steam pressure from inlet to exhaust. The steam turbine rotors must be designed with the most care as it is mostly the highly stressed component in the turbine. The design of the turbine rotor depends on the operating principle of the turbine. The impulse turbine in which the pressure drops across the stationary blades. The stationary blades are mounted in the diaphragm and the moving blades fixed or forged on the rotor. Steam leakage is in between the stationary blades and the rotor. The leakage rate is controlled by leverage cell. This construction requires a disc rotor. The rotor blades are symmetrical in shape in case of impulse turbine. The reaction turbine has pressure drops across the moving as well as across the stationary blades. The disc rotor would create a large axial thrust across each disc. Hence, disc rotors are not used in the reaction turbine. For this application, a drum rotor is used to eliminate the axial thrust caused by the disc, but not the axial thrust caused by the differential pressure across the moving blades. Due to this, the configuration of reaction turbine is more complicated. Also, the blades in reaction turbine are not symmetrical. Turbine blades. The efficiency of the turbine depends on more than anything else on the design of the turbine blades. The impulse blades can be designed to convert the kinetic energy of the steam into mechanical energy. The same goes for the reaction blades, which furthermore must convert pressure energy to kinetic energy. The blades are strongly enough to withstand the flowing factors, high temperature and stresses due to the pulsating steam load, stresses due to centrifugal force, erosion and corrosion resistance. Depends upon the pressure region, the blades are also classified as high pressure blades, intermediate pressure blades and low pressure blades. The turbine blades are made up of chromium nickel steel. Stationary blades or diaphragm and nozzles. All stages following the control stages have the nozzles located in diaphragm, are in halves and fitted into grooves in the casing. Anti-rotating pin or locking pieces in the upper part of the casing prevent the diaphragm to rotate. Nozzles are used to guide the steam to hit the moving blades and to convert the pressure energy into the kinetic energy. Blade roots are subjected to take four types of stress: tensile stress due to centrifugal forces, bending stress due to fluid force act on the blade in tangential direction, stress due to vibrational forces, thermal stress due to uneven heating of the blade root and the rim. Twisted blades. This type of blades is used in the last stage of a large multi-stage steam turbine. These are the largest blade in turbine and contribute around 10% of the turbine total output. Due to larger in size, these types of blades are subjected to high centrifugal and bending forces. To overcome these forces, twisted construction is used. Shrouds. Shrouds are used to reinforce the turbine blades free in to reduce vibration and leakage. This is done by reverting a flat end over the blades. In some cases, especially at the early stages, the shroud may be integral with the blade. When the blades are very long, as in the case of last stage of low pressure turbine, the rotor blades are further reinforced by using lacing or clucking wires which circumferentially connects all the blades at a desired radius, and shrouding is eliminated.